And here we are, everybody. Oh, for this nice occasion, we've got Aurora PMS, the orange Zerg in the bottom, going up against eSahara.Madde, the blue Zerg on the left. So we have different color ZVZ now, which is definitely going to be nice to see. And we're going to have close air spawns on MLG Metalopolis. Yeah, so we could easily be seeing a hatchery first from both players, because they will be able to get that very nice early scout. They can realize if anybody's going to do some kind of crazy cheese. However, that's not going to be the case because no one's thrown out a pool yet. We could theoretically have some kind of weird like 10 or 11, 12 pool shenanigans or something, but that's incredibly unlikely.
Probably going for the safe thing first, 15 hatch.
Alright, so now we have drones being made. We've already seen Madde play a couple sets of ZVZ. We've also seen Aurora play earlier, but that was a ZVT, I want to say, against Aphrodite. But as far as Madde goes, she seems to enjoy going for mutas. So we probably won't see any big, like a big Zergling, Baneling all-in from her unless she wants to mix it up against Aurora, because these two players have played a lot. They seem to go against each other in every single one of these Iron Lady Cups. And so they may just do something weird to throw the other person off.
Yeah, well, Aurora has her extractor down, and Metalopolis is making her hatch at above in the 15. So she has an expansion, and the other one, Aurora, is making her spawning pool.
Yeah, so I have a Speedling opener against the hatchery first, which can be very bad for the hatchery first in some occasions. You could really try and punish the hatch first by going for a very early, large, all-in aggression and not even going for your own hatch. It can work some of the time, especially when you don't have a huge distance to run across. For example, close air spawn on metal. Cross spawn, you have a little bit more time to defend against it, but Madde's going to have to be very, very wary about how she approaches this early part of the game, because she can literally see that there is no expansion out for Aurora.
No, Aurora's spawning pool was already done while Metalopolis was halfway through at that moment, immediately getting the metabolic boost, and she already has 4 lings out Aurora waiting at the spawning pool. Probably for some scouting or first.
Yeah, and Madde's once again going for a really quick Roach Warren too. Let's see if she cancels it this time or not. Because she did it last game, but it looks like Aurora actually did go for a really fast expansion after this Speedling opener.
And it was over halfway done, Aurora having her hatch, her expansion out indeed already. Well, already. At this moment.
Yeah. So now a couple lings do get traded. We see actually these lings are going to move in and try and take out drones, but looks like they didn't quite finish off this one drone. Needed one more shot and actually be taken down. Only 3 health left right now. So overall, no drones get killed, and that means that Aurora didn't quite do any damage. One drone is arguably worth it if you could actually pick it off and invest those lings in that. Alright, so now we have Aurora's expansion approaching, getting done, but this Queen may actually snipe this Overlord, and that'd be really unfortunate for Madde if she lost an early game Overlord right now, but Aurora's got to start attacking it now. There we go.
Metalopolis kept like 3 roaches waiting at the ramp, make sure that Metalopolis Aurora can't go in that easily. Zergling's waiting down there.
It's a good move over there. And looks like this Overlord will fall. There we go, it does fall. And Aurora's going to be able to pull back this Queen and possibly throw down a Creep Tumor as well as get a Spawn Larva down, because it does have a lot of energy. And the main Queen's looking to be pretty good on her Spawn Larva. Alright, so Lings are continuing to move forward. They do have speed against Madde not having speed. So those Lings are going to go down. Excuse me as I burp a little bit. Yeah, but now I have
but she also has 3 roaches down there.
Yeah, so those things will knock it up. Still, they take down a drone, so that's a nice little pickoff. Aurora is actually ahead in the food count and is about to be ahead of the drones, 25-26 with 5 more drones on the way. That'll be really, really nice. These players have skipped the Baneling Wars and gone straight for the roaches to both of them, so we're going to be in for a nice macro mid-game play at the very least. Actually, another Overlord is going to be falling for Maddie. Aurora is picking it off. This Queen's about to have 2 Overlord kills on her.
That's really not good for Metalisk.
Alright, and by the way guys, Maddie did used to be Metalisk before eSahara took up the majority of the space in her name.
You sometimes have to make sacrifices, don't you?
Yeah, like actually a big example of that is Gosu's Poke Bunny. Poke Bunny now spells name like B-U-N-I instead of B-U-N-N-Y because there's just not enough space for Gosu and Poke Bunny. Actually, I did the same thing too, because I couldn't be TQ Xander Fever. I did be TQ Xander instead, which actually sounds a lot better. It's a lot cleaner, so I'm not exactly complaining about that one.
Aurora just sacrificing a few Zerglings to see what's going on in the main base of eSahara.Madde.
Yep. And also, guys, if you're not familiar with eSahara as a team, they're really, really good. They've got Nama, they've got either Velmu or Verity. I can never keep those 2 players. One's on Empire, one's on eSahara. I can't keep that straight. But both are really strong Protosses, so either way, it's great for eSahara. But they have a really good team with Czech as well. That's a big pickup to get. Used to be Czech Prime. Everyone knows Czech Prime, and now it's eSahara Czech. So it's a really big thing for them. But while we're at it, check out Iron Lady ESL. They got Twitter.com at Iron Lady ESL. You've got Facebook.com ESL Iron Lady, and you've also got Iron Lady SE2.com. So appreciate that. Show them some love, get them some attention, and get more tournaments like this. Make some friends. Facebook grows up StarCraft. All of these glorious things as we watch both players take third bases. And looks like Aurora will lose a single Ling, but still, this hatchery's been fairly damaged, and that's always good, because it does regenerate. Now we should have Aurora getting her third attacked by these Lings, but we see a much faster response by those Lings that actually be able to take down. We'll hit one Ling does go down.
Zerglings drawing the Zerglings of Aurora away from the bases, but luckily she didn't follow them down, else they would have been facing a few roaches waiting at her third base.
Yeah. Now take a look at the food count right now. Maddie is at 75 compared to Aurora's 111. A big part of that is probably just the supply blocks that have taken place, because that's a huge deal. We do see an infestation pit going down for Maddie. A lot of Lings are running around and try and get scouts, do a little bit of damage, but we're going to see them pushing forward. A lot of clicking happening down here. We've got Queen getting targeted down. That's going to fall. No way, that's going to get saved. There we see it go down, and now the Lings going straight up into the main base, encountering a lot of roaches, but they see the lair tech. They're going to be able to pick off another Queen. Wow, and then look at the infestation pit and pick off another drone or 2. That's a great bit of harassment from Aurora. Nice job. We've now seen an additional couple drones taken out, and Aurora is now way ahead in the drone count. But never mind, 13 drones, 10 drones just popped, and now we see Maddie completely making me a liar.
There's just a lot of roaches waiting at Aurora's base, making her Hydras with it as a response to of course Maddie's lair.
Yes, now Spinecrawler is there at the natural expansion. Spinecrawler building as well as complete. Lings are going to run around, a little bit of damage, but with all these roaches, those Lings are going to need to be able to pull back. I mean, they might just invest, take out one drone. They do. Will they have another one? I don't know. And now we see them pushing forward. We see another drone possibly getting picked off. Never mind, it gets the Lings to retreat. Trying to get some scout information. That will not be happening.
I just have the feeling that Aurora has a lot of advantages at this moment towards Metalopolis because of her amount of roaches and hydras waiting, building up to take down Maddie.
Yeah, it goes even beyond that too. If you look at the worker count, it's now 65 to 65, but Aurora's got an additional about 12 food lead, now 14 food lead over that, which is going to go perfectly in terms of army supply, being in favor of Aurora, even worker supply now that more drones have popped. So the tech advantage is going to be slightly, gold being taken by Maddie. Maddie would try and get the eco advantage on top of all that, but still, infested. What am I talking about infested? The infestors are there, possibly going to spawn infested Terran, I guess, but still, they have pathogen glands. They're increasing in number. We're going to see a nice dance of the infestors and everything. As seriously, I'm not going to respond to that. So now we have a lot of those roaches here moving down. We've got a nice dance we're going to have between the Roach Hydra versus the Roach Infestor, which is going to be a really, really cool engagement to watch happen. That's all I was trying to say.
Aurora's taking her upgrades for her units, having a micro hatch at the main base, so able to produce like a little bit more large at this moment, but the gold base is done for Maddie.
Yeah, if that can stay up, that'll be a big deal. Aurora's already sent drones over there to her 4th base, but that's not quite up to scratch yet. Still, Maddie's now ahead in the food count. Look at the upgrades. Right now, Maddie's sitting at 2-1. Aurora's at 2-0. Getting her +1 carrot base, but +2 carrot base is going to be done by the time that is there. So Maddie has got a secure lock on that upgrade advantage.
You can see that Aurora's also making spore crawlers at the bases, probably expecting like Spire being built, or at least some air attack.
Yeah, but actually another bonus of those spore crawlers is bird infestors can't harass also. So they have multiple purposes, which is always the best thing to do. You can have one thing doing multiple things. That's always the best. Now you have a big engagement happening in the middle of the map. All of those fungals going down. It's a ton of fungals happening. Hitting everything. The Hydra's doing a nice bit of DPS, and this is going to be crazy. But it seems that the Hydras might have the slight edge. Spinecrawler is adding a ton of DPS as well. A lot of fungals are going down, but they might just not be quite enough to take down the health of those units. We can see that all of them are in the orange or deep red, including a few overlords. But at the end of the day,
good engagement.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Aurora is up almost 40 food.
Really, really good engagement.
Yeah, and Aurora's even ahead in the income, even with Maddie having that gold base up. Wow. So this is actually a very interesting game. You can see how the Roach Hydra has a slight edge against Roach Infestor just because of the amount of units that attack and the DPS that's capable. The Fungals, if you have perfect Fungals, you'll have a chance, but overall, all those Hydras attacking and the Roaches of the pure Roach forest like dancing around each other can be very, very, very risky to actually make happen effective. Make happen effective. That's not English. Make it happen effectively. There we go. So now you have Lings attacking the 3rd base, counter at the gold as well. This is going to actually be a large concave there for Maddie. Huge amount of units enveloping in, and with this kind of surround, those Hydras are dead. There we have a nice fungal, locking them in. They can't even retreat, they're off creep. And we're going to see Maddie taking a nice chunk out of Aurora's army after that little engagement. But still, those Lings are still attacking at the 3rd, taking down the those Spinecrawlers, and now we're having them freely attacking those drones, which is actually a great thing for Aurora. I'm going to see it now. The drone counts are so far in favor of Aurora. It's crazy. The food counts aren't even, though. So Maddie does have a lead in that army. But all in all, that double-pronged attack did what it needed to do. 50 drones to 76.
There's a Nidus up at Aurora's base. This is at the 1st expansion.
Ooh.
Probably
that could be used for multiple purposes as well. Offensive in the main, trying to do sneaky dual prong attack with that. Theoretically, it'd also be used for just being called in right outside the base of Maddie, and then using it to retreat and bring in reinforced hunters and all that. But instead, we're going to have Maddie pushing in. A whole lot of roaches going to be attacking. You see them engaging in a nice angle of attack, but there are still spines in there. We've got a lot of hydras in the back, not getting fumbled at all. A lot of roaches dancing around each other. They're taking a lot of damage, and it looks like Aurora is taking a huge lead in the food counter for that engagement. That is terrible for Maddie.
This is a really, really good attack from Aurora's side. Well, really good defense, actually. I love the fungal growth on them.
Yeah, that's a big deal. But the infestors are still alive. They burrowed and they retreated, so they're doing alright.
Maddie is taking her 4th expansion now at 12 o'clock, while at the gold expansion the action is going on.
Yeah, it's a big engagement here. There's a lot of this is so in favor of Aurora. It's crazy. You can see that army is just decimated. There's